right. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to my channel. My name is 12 Gauge. I am your host. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope that you guys are having an awesome day. I did put up some uploads today. I hope you guys enjoyed them. One of them was from Jeff H. And I told him that I would um, be sure to put that up there and see how you guys enjoyed that. And the other one was an older video. It was a reboot. So yeah, I thought that I thought maybe y'all might enjoy that. If you're new to the channel, like the banner said at the very end, like and subscribe if you like the content. Not doing Idaho 4 tonight. I'm doing the TikTok murder part 2. Going to continue the court trial and do some commentary on it. If you noticed, I did have a new intro video and I have a new backdrop, which was made by a good friend of mine as well. So let me get off the screen, let you check it out for a minute. Think it looks pretty cool, pretty snazzy. Well, anyways, let me get this prepared for you and then we'll get started. Let me see. Getting a lot of comments about Jeff's video. Mine was an older one. I wanted to put a different one up, but that one sounded too one-dimensional, so I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to start any kind of drama with the video, so I thought I'd refrain from it. So if you were watching this the other day, then let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. This is Ali Abulaban, and he was a TikToker by the name of Jen Kid. So here we go.
And then you told her, fuck you, cunt, right?
I don't remember verbatim, but yes.
Right, you continued cursing at her throughout that entire recording, right?
Sure.
And you treated Anna like that in front of a mirror, right?
No, she had been there sometimes, like during these specific incidents. If Amir was there, yes, she would hear this stuff, but this is not how I would regularly treat Anna ever in front of her.
Was how you treated her, because constantly throughout your calls and texts, you are cursing at her and berating her, right?
Amir is not always present with those.
Well, she was this date, right?
This day, yes.
Yep, because right in the middle of that recording, you say, Amir, let's go to bed. Or like you were trying to put her back to bed, right?
Sure.
Right? And you actually told Amira that mommy upset you and has no respect for you, right?
To her?
You told Amira that, right?
Okay.
Right? That's what you said.
I don't remember verbatim.
Because again, you were telling a child that her mom wasn't respecting you.
Sure.
It took you 4 days after that September 8th incident to apologize to Anna, right?
I don't know.
That recording that we heard, there was a recording we heard where, again, you were talking about like going to Julia's party that was at the Marriott, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Marriott Marquis?
Yes.
Okay. And the party that Julia had was on September 12th, right?
Or whenever her birthday is.
That sounds like the date, right?
Yes.
September 12th?
Yes.
Right. And so on September 12th, you sent an email again to Anna, People's 176, page 6, that you're sorry, babe, don't put me in jail, right?
Yes.
You said, I'll stay away from home, get therapy and everything else, right?
Yes.
Okay, but you didn't go get therapy after that, like domestic violence classes, right?
Not domestic violence specifically, but I did find a neurofeedback center in San Diego that I attended.
But you didn't get domestic violence treatment, right?
Again, I wasn't looking at it as specifically that being my problem. I thought that the domestic violence was coming from a deeper place, which was be the drug addiction and the mental instability.
So again, you knew that your conduct was wrong on
Yes.
September 8th, right?
Yeah, yes,
And then again, you were apologizing to Anna to try to get her to forgive you, right?
of course.
And you were trying to prevent her from putting you in jail, right? That's what you told her?
Of course. Yes.
Now, this 9/12 email, was that apologizing for 9/8, or was there another domestic violence incident that you were apologizing for?
No, this would have to be the same.
Okay. Or maybe not?
No, it is. Because you said I haven't apologized until 4 days later. So
Well, I'm asking you, what are you apologizing for? Are you apologizing for the 9/8 conduct or more conduct that happened?
no, I think it's just in general because she had gotten into the habit of saying I'm going to call the police and tell them you hit me. So she would frequently threaten me with that. So
Whenever you live in an environment like that, it is always volatile, and the police are always threatening to be called until they're ultimately called. And then at that point, it's just a back and forth when you have to have somebody to govern your relationship to keep you from hurting each other. And that's what's basically going on at this point in their relationship, a back and forth tit for tat.
I think that's just me generally saying, please don't put me in jail.
But Mr. Abulabans, you were violent with her on a number of occasions, and she should have called the police.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
So when she would threaten you about calling the police, she was valid in those statements, right?
100%.
So you're telling everyone that she's making these threats towards you, but it's really what she should have done, right?
In the moment, if like as it happened, sure. But if you're going to give me the idea that you are not going to call the cops, but then you threaten me that you're going to call the cops when it's convenient, that's very frustrating.
But she can call the cops at any time to report you being violent with her, right?
If you're going to do that, in my mind, it should be when it happened.
Okay, but she's still entitled to call the cops a month later and say, my husband abused me.
I think that's really
Right?
shitty, but sure.
Oh, so you think it's shitty for a woman who's abused to call the police to report?
If there's an incident that where abuse happens, if you want to report it, report it.
And once again, I was muted. Like I said, sometimes this prosecution attorney, and I was wrong the other day when I misspoke. I said it was the defendant or the defense. Well, this prosecuting attorney at times puts too much emotional involvement sometimes. So it seems like she's reenacting something of her own life. So it's kind of like she's attacking him a little bit.
But don't hang it over someone's head if they're trying to actively apologize. That's just how I look at it.
On September 12th, you were violent with Anna again, right?
No, I don't recall this.
But that was the night of Julia's party, right?
I never made contact with Anna when she left for the party.
But you told us about an incident where you pushed Anna into the refrigerator and then Jean and Jennifer.
Yeah,
came
that happened.
over,
Sorry. That happened.
And Jean and,
So something did happen on September 12th. You're right. I wasn't thinking about Julia's birthday.
all right. So this apology email, is that for your conduct on September 12th or September 8th?
No, that's for September 12th. So I'm sorry. I couldn't remember it.
So you didn't apologize to Anna about September 8th then?
I'm sure I have in a phone call, but this email specifically is in regards to Julia's birthday party.
You were violent with Anna and then you fled the apartment, right?
When she ran to,
September 12th.
when she ran to the neighbor's door topless, yeah.
But she had to go get help because you were violent with her, right?
She wanted to go to the party.
She had to go get help because you were violent, right?
No, because I didn't want her to go to the party.
Oh, so she got help because you didn't want her to go to the party?
Because I was trying to barricade the door, and then it got physical, and she left.
Oh, good Lord. How does he not see that barricading the door and keeping somebody from going where they need to be is not emotional and physical abuse? Because the most basic definition of abuse is when you withhold anything from somebody that you would naturally give them without trying to control. Yes, I keep muting myself. I don't know why, but I'm going to leave it off. The dog was barking. I didn't want them to be heard in the background. Here we go.
Got physical because you caused it, right?
Sure.
And you actually caused her to be bruised from that incident, right?
Sure. Yeah.
That's true, right?
Yes.
Because you told your neighbor, Daniel Lacerda, that you pushed Anna into the refrigerator, right?
Yes.
Yes. And you told Daniel that caused Anna to bruise, right?
Yes.
You pushed her so hard, she was physically bruised, right?
Yes.
Black and blue
Yeah. Well, not black and blue.
on her face.
She went to a party immediately after. It wasn't that bad of damage.
It wasn't that bad, but
Of damage.
But you bruised her, right?
I didn't see the damage.
So you again were violent and fled because you didn't want to get in trouble, right?
Sure.
Correct?
Yes.
You didn't want 911 to be called and you to be there and get arrested, right?
Correct.
But that night, you actually followed Anna to the Marriott Marquis Hotel, right?
I didn't follow her. I went there myself.
You started a recording there, right? An audio recording on your phone?
I don't recall.
Right? You went to the front desk when you got to the hotel and you told the front desk that you needed to be let up to room 818, right?
I didn't know the room number.
You said that on the recording on your phone.
Did I?
Right? So you knew the room number, right?
I don't recall.
Right. And you were telling the front desk person that someone had gotten you into that room another time, right?
Yeah, that's not true though. I did say that, but it's not true.
Okay, so you lied to the front desk person.
Yes.
You told the front desk person, my wife left at 5 a.m. to go party, right?
Sure.
But that wasn't true. It wasn't 5 a.m., right?
No.
And you were trying so badly to get up to the room and security was concerned, right?
No, I told them that I was concerned for the safety of my daughter.
But security was concerned and didn't let you up to the room.
It's
right?
their policy not to allow me. And they said that this matter would have to involve police. And I asked them to call police.
Right. And you actually told the front desk person.
So if you watch this on Peacock, and obviously they only showed a portion of this because it was a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for a long time between these two. It's like a push and pull, push and pull, push and pull. She would pull him in with her words because she wasn't innocent either. It sounds one sided at this point, but she's had sex with her husband. She would come home intoxicated and, I guess give him false hope. And then she'd pull away the next day or whenever he started becoming controlling or whatever. And they would just back and forth. And it became very, very dangerous and deadly.
And that you almost went to jail today, right?
I don't remember saying that.
Well, you said that on the recording. So you said that because Anna could have called the police because of your violence, right?
Is there a transcript I can refer to, please?
You can't ask me a question. I'm asking you. This is a recording on your phone from September 12th. These are the things that you said to the front desk person, right?
I can't confirm.
And again, you had been violent with your wife and then you're trying to follow her even though she doesn't want to be with you, right?
That's not how it went down.
But that's what you were doing, right?
No, I was going because I did not want her to take my daughter at that point.
Yeah.
I was trying to retrieve my daughter.
All right. At some point in September, Anna left you because of all the violence, right?
No,
She would often leave the house in September after you're violent and stay with Claire, right?
she would go to friends' houses for periods of time.
And she would take Amira with her, right?
Yes,
Because she didn't want to leave Amira with you, right?
that's not true.
Calls for speculation as to why. Overruled based on his interaction with her, he can answer. Right.
That's not true.
Anna would tell you that she doesn't want to leave Amira with you, right?
Sure.
And Anna told you various times in September that she didn't want to be with you anymore, right?
She did.
Right? And she was living with Claire and you were still living at the Spire apartment, right?
Yes.
Because you wouldn't leave your apartment and give it to Anna and Amira, right?
I had tried to leave a few times.
But you didn't want to leave your apartment, so Anna had to leave with Amira, right?
Yeah, she had told me she wanted me to be out.
But you wouldn't move because and let your wife and her and your child stay at the apartment instead of you, right?
That's not what I wanted to happen. Sure.
Right. So but instead of giving your wife and daughter the apartment and you staying somewhere else, you let Anna take Amira and stay with friends while you stayed in the apartment by yourself, right?
I asked her to come back many times, and I eventually did remove myself from the
That was over a month later, right?
Sure.
Now, you testified that you were frustrated that Anna blocked you for periods of time, right?
Yes.
She had every right to block you because you were violent with her, right?
She can do whatever she wants.
But that made you mad, right? Because, right?
Yes.
Because she wasn't respecting you, right?
It wasn't about respect. It's because I felt like I was being shut out.
And you, in fact, in September, had a sexual encounter with another woman, right?
It was an attempt.
You met Ashley Sanchez on the elevator September 15th, right?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
Yep. She was crying,
Mhm.
right? She was 19, right?
Sure.
Yep.
I didn't know her age at the time.
But she told you she was 19.
She did not.
You heard her testify to that, right?
Yeah, I did. She did not. We did not ever talk about age.
All right. And you brought, as a 28-year-old at the time, right? You brought a 19-year-old to your apartment and gave her wine and cocaine, right?
I offered, and she willingly and consentingly did it herself. I didn't bring her anywhere.
I'm not saying you forced her. I'm saying you gave her wine and cocaine, right?
Hey, hold on. Did you get the footage?
No, I need.
So he was cheating on his wife, and obviously during the portion before he killed her and the guy that she was on the couch with, he didn't see any problem with what he was doing.
That's fine. Guys, again, one at a time. So, what next question?
You gave Ashley Sanchez wine and cocaine, right?
I offered it, and she took it herself.
And you told her that you wanted to have sex, right?
No, I did not.
You kissed her in your apartment, right?
After she had asked me if we wanted to have sex.
You kissed her though, right?
At some point, yes.
Yes. Okay. You touched her body, right?
We became intimate.
You touched her body, right?
Sure.
Yes. Okay. You took off her pants and her underwear.
No, I
right?
did not.
And you had sex with her, meaning for some period of time, you put your penis in her vagina, right?
No,
You heard her testify to that, right?
I heard a lot of things.
Right? You saw how uncomfortable she was testifying, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation.
Sustained it based on these observations.
You also used a vibrator on her vagina, right?
I did.
So you did multiple types of sexual acts with her that night, right?
But I didn't have penetration sex.
I'm asking you, you did multiple types of sexual acts with her, right?
One.
You were kissing her, touching her, using a vibrator, right?
Sure.
You're only claiming you didn't have intercourse with her, right?
That's correct.
And you told her at some point to take a shower, right?
In the beginning, before any of that happened.
You told her to
I didn't tell her, I offered it.
you told her to use Anna's body wash, right?
I gave her the only female body wash we had.
So,
Not exclusively
But you told
because-
her, oh, use that one, right?
No, I just gave her body wash because she's taking a shower.
And you lied to Miss Sanchez about your wife running out on you months prior, right? That's what you told her?
No, I told her that she had left the house.
Right, but you told Miss Sanchez that it was months prior, right?
I don't remember
Made it
exactly.
seem like it was a while ago, right?
No, I'm pretty sure I made her clear that it was going on now.
You started contacting her multiple times after that night, right?
The only time I contacted her is to alert her that I had given her number to Anna.
You heard her testify to multiple times where you reached out to her and called her to try to hang out and get dinner, right?
I don't recall ever doing that.
It was okay for you to be with another woman, but not okay for Anna to be with another man, right?
It was not okay, which is why I confessed it to Anna.
Well, you did it, right? You were sexual with another woman during the time that you were married, albeit separated, right?
This was something that just popped up.
Yes or no? You were with another woman sexually while you were still married, albeit separated from Anna, right?
We-
Overruled. Do you understand the question?
No, sir.
Okay. I'll
So-
go ahead and rephrase.
Sure. On September 15, 2021, it was okay for you to be sexual with Miss Sanchez, right? You did it.
So that's two questions. You said, is it okay? And did I do it?
Right.
Whether or not it's okay, it's not okay. But to my understanding, Anna kept telling me to go see other people that were not together. And I argued against it. She continuously confused me.
Okay, so if you were separated from your husband or someone that you've been with exclusively for a while, this relationship was 7 years long, and you're separated from them, and one person keeps telling you, hey, go be with other people. We're done. I don't love you. We're through. Does that make it okay to go and be with other people?
About the situation of our marriage, and I was
You're
alone.
non-responsive.
I'm responding.
Let him finish.
Wow.
I'm responding.
Are you done?
No, sir. I just lost my train of thought. I have verbally let her know that I miss her and I feel lonely. And Ashley Sanchez and I, when we talked, we both made it clear we're both experiencing struggles within our own relationships. We both equally desperately needed some kind of companionship or some kind of, you know what I mean? So
But you were with another woman, but Anna couldn't be with another man, right?
neither of us were supposed to be doing that.
You were with another woman, but it was not okay for Anna to be with another man, right?
It's not okay.
And Miss Sanchez actually wanted nothing to do with you, right?
Objection has to be paid at the time.
Do you understand, do you understand the question?
I understand the question, but it's just doesn't,
Well, go ahead and answer if you understand.
I can't speak for someone else. And obviously her actions showed she did want to be with me. So
I'm not talking about that night. After September 15th, Miss Sanchez made it clear to you that she wanted nothing to do with you, right?
yeah, based on how the night went, it was obvious that it didn't go well. So
But again, she told you on multiple occasions that she wanted nothing to do with you and not to contact her, right?
no, that's not true. I never contacted her more than once.
You told Miss Sanchez to lie for you if Anna called her, right?
This was the same time I informed her that I gave Anna her number.
But you did, yes or no? Yes, you did lie, right? You told her to lie.
Yeah, I was trying to prevent damage.
Okay, so yes, you told her to lie.
Mhm.
Yes, and you told Miss Sanchez to lie to Anna because you didn't want to be caught, right? Or get in trouble?
I had already fessed it up to Anna. What I was trying to say is, before I gave Anna her number, before I fessed it myself, I had believed that Anna found her Instagram. So I was already concerned that she would reach out on her own. So yes, I did at one point tell her to lie and deny any kind of contact whatsoever. But then eventually I fessed it up to Anna myself. At that point, her responses between Anna, it was completely her real responses. It has nothing to do with what I said.
But you blatantly told somebody else to lie for you, right?
Initially,
And you actually didn't tell Anna the truth right away, right?
no.
And we went over already, there were multiple times where you lied to Anna and didn't tell her the full truth about Miss Sanchez, right?
Yeah, in the audio recording.
Actually, in multiple texts too, right?
Uh,
Yes,
yes, I did.
because you told Anna multiple times, I lied. I
Right.
lied about some stuff, right?
Right.
And on that recording that we listened to from September 21st, you were taunting Anna about your interaction with Miss Sanchez.
Was.
And you told Anna during that recording that you fucked Miss Sanchez, right? Use those words.
I didn't mention her by name.
Yeah, he
Yes.
does
Well,
keep it cool.
but that's
I
what
told
you
her
were-
that there's somebody who lives in the building that I fucked. Yes,
And you said that you fucked a stripper, right?
I did.
So of course Anna was upset with you during that recording, right?
Which is what my goal was, to upset her, because I had brought her from Claire's so that we could hang out for the first time.
I mean, it just sounds like a very immature relationship. Even though they were together for 7 years, it sounds like at a particular point, they stopped getting along and they started playing those mind games. Very narcissistic and gaslighting all together.
In a while, and to be good. But then she went crazy over this bike that a guy who I was hanging out with left.
You said,
And so I got mad that she had left again, and now it failed. And so I was taunting her. I was saying very mean things.
you said in that recording that I don't need to lie, but then you did lie, right?
That's what I'm trying to get at. The things that I'm saying was purposely with the intention of trying to get a reaction out of her.
Now, you testified yesterday that 9/21 was the first time that Anna had told you that you hurt her, right? That's how you testified.
It was the first time that she genuinely told me how much of an impact it had on her. Prior to that, she would say, "Yes, you hurt me," but I wasn't seeing that in her behavior.
But she's told you multiple times before September 21st that you've hurt her, right?
Right, and I know I've hurt her.
Right.
It's no surprise to me.
But so your
I mean-
testimony is not truthful, that wasn't the first time that she told you.
That was the first time she cried and told me, "You fucking hurt me," and I felt the real emotions.
You texted her.
So until she cried, he didn't really realize that he was hurting her? How did that happen, bro? Like you put your hands on her, you gave her bruises, you pushed her into a refrigerator, you called her names, you all in front of your daughter and all this stuff, but you didn't realize you were hurting your wife? How did that happen? How'd that happen?
After that conversation on 9/21, you sent her multiple texts, including, I did not cheat on you. I've never touched another woman. That's the God's honest truth, right?
I said that to Anna
You said that to Anna, right?
the same day.
No, after 9/21, right?
Okay, yes,
So you were continuing to lie to her.
yes. This is before I actually fully fessed up to her.
Right. I'm just going to go through these briefly, but you were shown a lot of text messages earlier, and basically read a lot of different messages about conversations you had with Anna, right? Yes,
Yes.
I need you to answer out loud.
Okay.
On 9/22, you were asked questions about, or you talked about meeting up with Anna that night, right?
Yes.
But in fact, she was out and you kept texting her, show me respect me, please, right?
Mhm.
So she ended up meeting up with you because you were demanding that, right?
Also speculation as to why Anna did something.
I'm asking him what he did.
Yeah, overruled. Do you understand the question?
That she asked me why Anna met up with me. I can't answer that.
No, I said, you demanded that she meet up with you, right?
And you said that's why she did it.
And that she should respect you, right?
I don't believe that that's why she met up with me.
He's very calm, cool, and collective. I give him that. I mean, he is paying attention to what she's saying to him.
Actually, we can't have this conversation.
All right, I'm sorry?
Is something going on in the break?
There's somebody in the audience taunting me. It's really distracting.
Your Honor, there have been several times throughout testimony where there have been people talking in the audience. I think.
All right, well, let me address that right now. All right. If there's any instances of anybody in the audience that is distracting to anybody participating in this trial, I will have you removed. And if it becomes a bigger problem, you will be arrested. So let's just understand that right now. All right. Next question.
Thank you, Your
Okay,
Honor.
thank you. And in September, also on September 20th, you texted Anna that she was a homeless piece of shit, right?
Yes,
And a cunt and a bitch, right?
sure.
So there were multiple times throughout your text messages with her where you would treat her horribly, right?
Yes.
Now, that video recording that was played, the one about you having a conversation in the room and Anna was saying you were hurt her finger, right?
Yeah.
That was actually from September 22nd, right?
The video recording?
Yes.
What do you mean actually? What was said about it before?
So you testified that that was from the same night as the party, but it wasn't because you were referring to the party that had already happened in that recording, right?
No, that was the night of the party because I was saying Luke's going to be there. Oh, Julia is going to. It's not an all girls party. That was the night.
At the beginning of the recording, you had Anna's phone, right? Because you had taken it from her
Yes.
and she was just trying to get it back, right?
This is the 22nd?
Yes.
So tell me what's up with that. What is up with? I've seen countless people do this. They get into an argument with their significant other, and the first thing they do is grab their phone and take it. Why is that? I've never done that to anybody. Can somebody explain that to me? Because I don't understand that at all. I was talking with a person earlier and they told me my ex broke my phone. Why do people do that? Can somebody explain that to me? Because I've never done that to anybody. Their phone is their phone. Why should you grab their phone and destroy it if you're mad at them?
Yes.
You closed the door and you kept her phone and you kept looking through it, right?
I was looking at text messages between her and Julia.
And you said Marriott Marquis, that's the fucking place you had the birthday, right? So that birthday party had already happened. Right?
I'm not sure what I meant by that because I've only been to the Marriott Marquis once, and that was for the night of Julia's birthday party.
So there was another occasion where you hurt Anna's finger.
No.
Right.
That hurting my finger was when I closed the bathroom door. She pretended that her finger was in between the door. This is not some other
Closed the
occasion.
door on her finger, right? And then it closed, right?
I closed the bathroom door. Her finger was not there. It was fully sealed.
Right. On 9/23, you sent Instagram messages to your friend. This is People's 79, page 5. And you told your friend she's mad now because I fucked some Latino chick from upstairs. That's what you said to your friend, right?
Yes.
Right? So you were telling your friend that you did in fact sleep with Miss Sanchez.
I was exaggerating, yes.
Oh, you were exaggerating? Why would you need to exaggerate to your friend?
Well, this is not really a friend. It's just somebody I talked to on the internet. But I was trying to sound like more happened than what it did.
Because in fact, you did have sex with Miss Sanchez and you're telling your friend that, right?
No, I did not have sex with.
And you're telling your friend that Anna left you because of this, right?
Sure.
Because she did, right?
She'd left the house.
And you're referring to Miss Sanchez as some Latino chick, right?
Yeah.
Again, because that's how you treated women, right?
No.
That's not how you treated women?
What do you mean by treating women by calling her a Latino chick?
You're derogatory towards women, right?
No.
So discrediting the witness is the prosecution's way of gaining control for the jury to see what type of personality this person has. They're trying to show him as being as controlling, manipulative, one-dimensional. You know, it's very interesting how she's trying to paint him, and he's slowly losing his cool.
On 9/26, you sent Anna a picture of a broken leg, right?
Mhm.
You tried to pretend your leg was broken,
I did.
but it wasn't
It wasn't.
because you were hoping that she would come comfort you.
No, actually, I was trying to get her to unblock me so that I could communicate with her while I was in Miami.
So you're lying and sending a fake photo to try to get in touch with her, right?
I've had to do many extremely weird things to just try to get Anna's attention. Yes.
Yeah, and you would often say that you wanted to hurt or kill yourself to get her attention, right?
That actually was something I considered.
But you would do that to get her attention, right?
I would do that because I'm not getting a response and I felt like I wasn't being heard.
And you asked your cousin Anthony Elias to say that, right? That you wanted to hurt yourself, and you wanted him to reach out to Anna and say that to her, right?
Yes.
So you would often lie and have ask your friends to lie, right?
Well, that's just my cousin, one guy.
Okay, your cousin. You asked your cousin to lie, right?
In that moment, sure. Yes.
Anna sent you multiple text messages at the end of September that she was done with you, right?
She had done that a lot.
But at the end of September, after finding out about Miss Sanchez and after all the violence, she told you many times that she was done with you, right?
After I told her about the Ashley Sanchez thing, there was many moments where it seemed we were okay.
But what my question is, she told you many times that she was done with you, right?
Right, but I took it.
That's what she told you,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Okay, and
So this guy would be better off just answering the questions yes or no.
on October 1st, People's 176, page 2. I know it's hard to read, but this was the message exchange with your cousin Anthony Elias, where you said I'll kill him, right?
Right.
And you said I'll beat his fucking ass, right?
I wasn't talking about anybody specifically.
Right. But when you said I'll kill him, you meant that, right?
No.
Because 3 weeks later you did that, right?
Sustained.
Any man that Anna was with, you wanted to kill, right?
Jesus Christ. No.
You started questioning her constantly after this date, right? Like all of October, you were.
Yes, because
Question
I was. Yeah, sorry. Yes, I did because I was concerned that she would do it out of revenge, or I had given her more of a reason to do that.
And again, you were with another woman, but you did not want Anna to be with another man.
I felt terrible about what I did, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be with my wife. She was not home for long periods of time, and she was telling me mixed messages.
So you being sexually with Miss Sanchez is Anna's fault?
No, but it's why I was vulnerable in that moment for that.
See, that is gaslighting right there. He is turning it around and blaming the wife for the reason he did what he did.
To happen.
Right. Anna was not coming back to you in October, right? She never once came back to you.
We met up very frequently.
Right? Physically, sexually, in a marriage, right?
She showed up a few times to the house.
In fact, so there was a lot of text messages you were asked about. And on 10/4/21, Anna told you, we are not coming home, right?
What day is this?
10/4/2021.
Mm-hmm.
She told you, so we are not coming home, right? She told you that, right?
Sure.
Okay, and she made statements that you're still Amir's dad, but that's as far as I go,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Sure.
Okay. On October 5th of 2021, you asked Anna, does that mean I'm your man? And she said, and no, Ali, right?
Okay.
Right, you know about all these text messages, right?
I'm seeing him here. Yes.
Right? But this is what Anna was telling you in October, right?
Your Honor, can I have her removed in the audience, please?
I don't know who you are.
Her name is Alicia Juco. She's from the friend group. She's been taunting me every single time.
All right, first of all, I'm not gonna, I have not seen anything. But again, I'm gonna reiterate this. If anybody does anything to interfere with this trial, I will have you put in jail. I'm being very serious about this. All right, next question.
Okay, thank you. Anna told you on October 6th of 2021, I want you to have your own life, right?
Yeah, she's told me that multiple times.
She told you on October 6th, I'm literally telling you to move on.
Yeah, she's told me this before many times.
Right.
Even before the Ashley Sanchez thing, she told me things like that. Move on, go see other people.
Not once in October are there any messages where she told you that she was in love with you, right?
I don't think she said those words, no.
Right?
But she said she had love for me.
Okay, but she told you specifically, I'll always have love for you, but we're not going to be together, right?
She would say stuff and then flip-flop between.
What she told you was, you're Amira's dad, you know, we grew up together, we have a connection that way, but I am not in love with you, right?
Right, but
But that's what she told you,
that's
right?
what she said. She says things like that, yes.
Okay.
Just like I say, oh, she's a shitty wife or whatever. But we say things to get under each other's skin.
But
Then our
when-
actions show differently.
there was not one time where Anna went to your apartment in October to have sex with you, right?
There was a wedding that I got uninvited to. She showed up after the wedding while I was sleeping and made love to me.
What date was that?
I'm not exactly sure.
Where in the text messages, all of these text messages that you've been shown that are on your phone, these packets of text messages, can you show me one place where you and Anna talk about having sex in October?
It's not something we would probably talk about specifically, but
On text? You talked all the time on text, right?
we don't talk about every single thing.
So you're telling us that Anna would come over in October and there's zero mention of it anywhere in any of the texts,
I
right?
don't know if there's zero mention of it, but in this time frame, maybe? I don't know.
You know there's no mention of that in any of these messages from October of 2021, right?
That's a weird question. I would think, like, would you talk to your wife about, her coming over and doing the do? I don't know, man. That's weird.
I don't know if she mentioned it, but I don't see why we would talk about it. It happened.
You talked about.
She
the
mentioned that I
sex-
kicked her out. That was in response to that.
You talked about the sex on September 21st, right?
Mhm.
You talked about it over text, right? After it happened,
Yes,
right? That was the last time you ever talked on text about having sex, right?
if that's what the records show.
And you left her many, many audio messages in October, right?
Hmm.
Mean ones,
Yeah,
right? I played a few of those in court.
yes,
You constantly called her a bitch, a whore, a dumbass.
yes.
You did that on multiple different dates, right?
In this month?
In October,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, this was a very volatile month.
You didn't make all those recordings on October 15th, right? There were many different dates,
Well, a lot of the ones you played were actually on the same day.
but you made a lot more recordings than that, right?
Sure.
Correct.
For different instances, yes.
And you specifically said on one of those recordings that Anna has not had sex with you in a month, right?
Okay.
So you had not had sex with her in a month, right?
Okay.
September 21st was had sex, right?
Okay.
Right?
I could be. I remember. I don't remember when the wedding was, but she did have sex with me that night.
Us that Anna would come to your house in the middle of the night in October to have sex with you, and that is a lie, right?
No, that was
Overruled. You can answer the question. Go ahead.
that's one time that happened, but I wasn't exactly sure when in October. But she did frequently show up to the house to do various things.
But you're testifying to that, but there's no evidence of it, right?
It was just like you asked me questions that there's no evidence to, like me using racial slurs. And
So if Anna was having sex with you in October, why would you leave her messages that she wasn't having sex with you for a month?
well, in that time frame, I had a habit of exaggerating time frames. I wasn't keeping track of time frames. Like I would say this, like persist. I haven't seen my wife in 3 weeks. It could have just been a couple days. It could have just been a week. But the impact was the same.
You were telling her multiple times in those audio messages that you're not having sex with me. Why the fuck do I need you? Right?
Right.
So she wasn't having sex
Oh.
with you, right?
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to tell everyone that she's coming back to you to have sex in the night. That's not true, is it?
I was referring to one night, and that is true.
You mentioned that you made a couple of notes in your phone about not hitting Anna, right? Like about not wanting to hit her and to respect her and love her, things like that, right?
Yes.
Why would you need to make notes to remind yourself not to hit your wife?
Because I was very impulsive in that time frame. I was very not like myself, and I was unpredictable. And my thinking patterns would change on a daily basis, maybe even in an hour basis.
So you didn't know just to not hit your wife, you had to make a note about it?
It's more so me admonishing myself. It's not that I didn't know. It's more like in that moment, it's like, you did that. You should feel ashamed. I'm berating myself.
You treated her horribly in October of 2021, right?
Because I felt horrible.
You were demeaning and nasty to her on all those texts and voicemails, right?
Yes.
That's why she didn't want to be with you, right?
I mean, to be fair, at least he's being honest, to her question. I mean, he could have been saying, no, I didn't do it. No, I didn't text that. No, I didn't do that. But he seemed to be accountable for that part. I mean,
There's a million reasons she says she doesn't want to be with me. 1 minute it's for the cheating. 1 minute it's for the physical violence. 1 minute it's for because I'm a cokehead. So it wasn't extremely clear to me what was really happening with our relationship.
But it was clear to you in October of 2021, based on all of her text messages, that she did not want to be with you, right?
No, the only thing that was clear to me is that I'm confused about my relationship with her.
She told you several times in October that she's scared of you, right?
Yes.
She told you several times in October that she was not safe with you, right?
Yes.
And in fact, you were sending messages back and forth because she had a talk with you about the fact that you were not going to be together anymore, right?
Say it again.
She had a conversation with you over the phone in October about the fact that you two weren't going to be together anymore, right?
I don't recall this phone call.
Well, then you had text messages about that, and you said, we talked about it being a good talk, right?
I said, thank you for helping me to understand things a little more clearly, right?
Because she said she didn't want to be with you anymore, right?
No, she told me what it is that I'm slacking on and why I'm not the man that she married and what I need to work on. And I took that as an indication that
let me ask anybody that's either going to watch this on replay or is watching it currently, should you ever have to ask your woman what it is that you need to change in order for her to continue to love you or to rekindle the flame? I believe, and I could be wrong, if you ever have to ask it, that means you never did it naturally to begin with.
there's things I need to work on in order to get our relationship back to where it was.
She blatantly told you in October, you asked her, if you said you're stringing me along, and she said, I'm not stringing you along.
Right. But she was.
You talked about,
When she says things like, you can't move away from San Diego.
I'm gonna
Because
sustain that.
when she says, like,
No, there's no question pending. Next question.
you testified earlier about meeting up with Anna on October 16th of 2021, right?
sorry, I didn't hear the question.
You testified that on October 16th of 2021, you met up with Anna that day, right?
Sure, yes.
And in fact, the only reason she met up with you is because you texted her, hi, Anna, are you sleeping still? I was hoping to take Amira to Westfield UTC, right?
Yeah,
So this was you reaching out to her to hang out, not the other way around, right?
yes. It usually is me that has to.
Right, because she did not want to willingly see you, right?
Sustain.
Anna did not want to hang out with you, right, in
Yes.
October?
There's occasions where she says, we're going to the dentist. Do you want to come with us? There's little family things that she would include me to. I was supposed to go pumpkin patch with her in October. I mean, when you look at certain things from a specific angle, you're going to get a specific side. But it's not just black and white. There's multiple layers to this. And one minute she told me she doesn't want me, but one minute she'll tell me she cannot, that I have to be within distance of her because I'm Amira's father still. So she's not giving me leeway to leave. And I would say, tell me what you want. Are you seeing somebody else so I can move on? I was giving her cues. Tell me what I need to want to know so that I can do this.
Non-responsive narrative.
I was begging her to give me.
Overruled. Answer will stand. Next question.
In none of those texts do you see anywhere where she, again, is telling you, I want to be with you, right?
She didn't say that because we're already together.
She would meet up with you so that you could see Amira, right?
But she wouldn't have to stay. What?
But she would meet up with you so you could see Amira, right?
On that date specifically, October, what is it, 16th?
Right, but there
She
were-
didn't have to stay with me
There were times where she would bring Amira to see you, right?
and drop her off.
On October 18th, again, you were asked a lot of questions about what Anna said to you that day. She specifically told you, nothing's changed, Ali.
She was referring to my behavior.
She was telling you that nothing has changed, that she doesn't want to be with you, right?
Maybe she said that, but maybe she meant that. But she says a lot of those things. It's common for her to say those things.
On October 17th,
So he is one of those guys, probably, that you do have to clarify what you mean. I mean, you could say something and he still not understand you. Like what he just said. She said she was through with you, but what does that mean? She says that all the time, but she's still around.
you were the one that asked Anna to meet you for dinner, right?
Yes.
You wanted to see Amira and you asked them to go meet you at that sushi place, right?
I wanted to see Anna and Amir.
Again, Anna did not initiate that dinner, right? It was you.
Which is normal.
And she told you multiple times that night that she did not want to be married to you, right?
Was it in the audio?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I think I remember, yes.
So she told you on October 17th, multiple times, I don't want to be married to you,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
She was making it crystal clear to you that she did not want to be with you, right?
She was saying those things.
Was telling you that, right? Yes.
She was saying those things.
Okay. And she told you multiple times to get out of her car that night, right?
Right.
You wouldn't get out of the car, right?
Right. Because I wanted to talk.
Again, you were trying to control the situation, right?
I was trying to, the whole point of the dinner was so that we can try to communicate some of these things that have been lingering so we can move forward. But I wasn't getting that. So yes, sometimes I had to be a little more assertive in trying to get her attention. So yes, I wouldn't leave the car.
You realized that she wanted to essentially divorce you, right? She didn't want to be married,
Essentially,
right? She didn't want to be married.
she did not want to divorce me because I gave her many opportunities to work with me on that, and she refused it.
That night, that's what she was telling you.
She also said she's been saying a divorce since July.
Mr. Abulabans, I just need you to answer the question. She told you that night that she did not want to be married to you,
Yes.
okay? And that made you mad, right?
I got mad when she threatened to call the cops.
Because you weren't leaving her vehicle, so she wanted to have you removed, right?
Like I said, she got into the habit of calling the cops as a means to push me away.
She wanted you removed, and she was telling you that she would call the police, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you opened the door to the driver's side and you struck her in the face, right?
No, I didn't. I was in the passenger seat. I hopped out. She hopped out of the driver's seat to make that phone call. At the same time, I said, all right, I'm leaving. I hopped out of the passenger seat. She hopped back into the driver's seat, and I hopped back into the passenger seat.
But you struck her in the face in the car, right?
My intention was to grab her phone initially, and we were tugging it, and then ultimately I did.
Okay, you struck her in the face, correct?
Yes.
And
I mean, I'm familiar with the picture. You don't have to show it.
right, People's 167.
So why grab the phone? I don't get that. Like, I guess you were trying to control it so she wouldn't call the cops. But any other time I've seen people grab their phone and not give it back, that usually
Page
starts a
14,
fight.
you
That usually starts a big fight.
caused that injury to her eye, correct?
Yes,
And you hit Anna in the face in front of a mirror, right?
I did.
And that's not the first time Amira has seen you be violent with Anna, right?
No,
She has seen you hurt Anna many times, right?
a few times.
Now, you could have stopped being violent with Anna in front of Amira the first time it happened, right?
Not necessarily. My cocaine usage was increasing. My behavior was getting worse and worse. I was becoming more erratic, more impulsive. My condition overall was not improving at any point.
But you could have physically stopped yourself from hurting your wife, right?
I don't think I could.
No? You couldn't have gotten any treatment for domestic violence?
I could have, of course.
You could have stayed away from Anna so that you weren't violent with her?
I could have. But I wanted to
You didn't do any of those things, right?
try to work through it. I'm not saying I wanted her to forget.
See, that's a repetitive pattern. When somebody is constantly saying, talk to me, will you just talk to me? Let's work this out. Let's work this out. How can you work something out in a couple minutes that's been deteriorating over year time? This had deteriorated in a year. And he's wanting to make it work and talk about it and all this other stuff and make it all right in just a couple minutes. It doesn't happen that way.
Forgive me overnight, but I'm the type of guy that doesn't like to leave problems lingering. I like to just address it and try to fix it as soon as possible.
What I'm asking you, though, is you did not get any help to stop your violence on Anna.
I tried to get help for my overall condition
But you kept being violent with her up until October 17th, right?
because my condition wasn't getting any better.
Right. On October 18th, you had dinner with your cousin Louie,
Yeah,
and you were flirting with his friend Danielle during that dinner, right?
no, I wasn't.
You took out a big bag of cocaine during that dinner, Right.
No, it was in the car.
right? You took out a bag of cocaine and you said, I'm Gin Kid, I can do whatever I want.
That was a joking response to Louis said, put that away. The cops are going to see it. And I said, I'm Gin Kid. I can do whatever I want. I mean,
Because you thought you could do whatever you wanted, right?
I was a little over my head, you know.
And that night, October 18th, you tried to convince your cousin Louie to bring Danielle back to your hotel room, right?
So that did not happen. What did happen was we all went out to Ocean Beach, but it was a very dry night. There was nobody out. There was nothing much to do. So they went to go drop me off. I offered that they can come and hang out at the hotel. And I said I had wine if they want. Her brother was there.
But you texted your cousin Louie and you wrote to him, bring Danielle.
Was that before we actually met up? Because the whole point was he wanted me to meet Danielle.
But you wanted another woman to come back to your hotel room,
Not
right?
my hotel. I said, bring so you can pick me up. They picked me up. So I was saying, bring Danielle so I can meet her. Sorry. This was,
Yeah,
the whole
again.
point was for him to meet me. He wanted me to meet his friend.
You were allowed to flirt with other women, but Anna couldn't flirt with other men.
I was not
With other
flirting
men,
with
right?
her. I was not flirting with her. I hardly spoke to her that night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and break for a recess. As I indicated, there's some other events going on today. Just to kind of give you an idea of scheduling, the attorneys and I talked yesterday. We do anticipate this case will be wrapped up this week. All right, so we're getting there. You'll be deliberating at some point. Of course, we don't know when, but just
Yes, for those of you that have joined in and are not really understanding the case, because, I've done like 3 installments of this. This individual that was testifying, he was married to an individual named Anna. Him and Anna were together for 7 years. He was a TikToker. He did impressions, particularly Scarface. Well, what happened is um he put he was violent with his wife for the last year. And he moved out, went to a hotel. She stayed. He said, "Why don't you and my daughter come back to the apartment or the condo?" They went back. He went in with a spare key. He put a tracker or a listening device. I think it was Discord on his daughter's iPad, and he put it behind the bed. Well, he was listening one day and he heard a male voice. So instinctively, he heard what he thought he wanted to hear. So he was testifying that he heard the male voice and he was concerned whether his wife was in trouble. So he left the hotel. He went over there, but he had a gun on his holster, on his pants. He's seen on surveillance camera in the elevator messing with the gun. And then he gets to the door. He starts recording this. So there's a recording of him opening the door, and then you hear 6 shots. He shoots the male first, shoots him twice in the neck, shoots his wife twice, and then shoots the male once and his wife one more time. And then he leaves, and then he comes back, screams out, "Anna, Anna." And then as he's walking off, he calls his mother and tells her, "I just killed Anna. I just killed Anna." So he leaves. He goes, picks up his daughter at school. He takes off. They arrest him on the freeway. And here we are. The prosecution was the one that was cross-examining him. Tomorrow night, I'm going to play the last one, the last day of the trial. And then I'm probably going to play some other ones to give you kind of the finality of it. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't been here before and you like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe. And there's plenty in the library. If you are not a Who 4 fan, there's plenty in the library to kind of curtail your curiosity on evidence and things like that. I still will do some, but not as often, I don't think. I mean, I don't like to say anything because as soon as I say something, man, that case will bust wide open and I'll be sitting over here wanting to do content. And I'll be like, well, I told my subs that I wasn't going to do anything anymore. So now I got to go against my word and look like a liar. So depending on if nothing busts out too amazing, there's probably going to be limited reboots and stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Thank you so much. And I'm going to ask you this question. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? If you can't dig it, you need a bigger shovel. Maestro, cue that music.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight.